Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wipe that smile off your face, because this is the NCAA preview tournament extravaganza.
The NCAA hockey tournament preview show. There you go.
That
A
one.
much better one than the one ESPN did. Holy cow, that was bad. Of course, then again, the whole them trying to do a video interview, a Skype interview at a Buffalo Wild Wings with St. Cloud's coach.
Yeah.
What's his face?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, that was great. That was beautiful. That inspired me. I tell you.
You did great.
You can tell that guy had no idea about hockey. The head anchor.
So where's the stick?
So we're gonna try to actually. Well, they had the guy that was from Michigan too, which I don't remember his name because I've never seen him in my life. Because then again, NCAA, ESPN. Anyways, long story short, we're gonna try to give you a much better one in actually less time, in a weird way.
Yeah.
Do you have Mel Pearson's number?
Mel Pearson?
Yeah, he's the coach, Michigan's coach. Do you think I can get it? Do you think if I put him on speaker and put him near my mic, we can have a phone?
It's right there.
Well, I got my phone right here.
Yeah, we're not calling no Michigan coaches.
All right, fine.
I don't care.
But I'm saying we can probably have a better view. Anyways, okay, so
we're going to be starting off, and we're just going to go down the list of the number 1 seeds, the number 2 seeds, the number 3 seeds, and then the 4 seeds, and breakfast, and second breakfast, and 7 seeds.
And we're going to do the omissions, and then we'll do predictions. So we'll try to, kind of like how our Olympic videos went, except hopefully a lot less. I did a lot less into this, actually.
It's your fault.
Olympics. Well, okay.
It's all your fault.
Well,
it's all your fault.
Yeah, because Michigan's actually... Okay. Yeah, stop it. But it's a lot less because, then again, it's more noticeable. And obviously, it's more accessible because the games aren't in the middle of the night. Anyways, let's get to it.
So, the numero uno seed, so the number 1 seed of the number 1 seeds, is St. Cloud State.
The number 1 team in the nation.
They won their conference, the NCHC.
They won the regular season.
The regular season. Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference. Because guess what? Washington's President's Trophy. How many cups? Not. Anyways.
So, they won that thing with 25 wins, 8 losses, and 6 ties.
I think that's what
they do ties?
Yeah, they do ties because
That's
I don't
right.
think they do shootouts in college. And they had
They should.
They had one of the better records.
Let's have more shootouts. Come on, guys.
No, not any more shootouts. If you can't score 3 on 3 in 5 minutes, you don't deserve to win. I almost deleted everything.
So they lost in the conference final to Denver, but and their stat leaders are Robbie Jackson, who's a junior with 15 goals, 27 assists for a total of 42 points. Mikey Esimont, I'm going to say Esimont, is also
Isamont? Maybe. Asimont?
Who's also a junior with 17 goals, 22 assists, and for a total of 39 points. And Jimmy Schultz, who's the third junior, with 10 goals, 28 assists, and 38 points.
This has been they have a really widespread offense. St. Cloud State has. That's what pushed them to the number one team in the nation. They've had this ability to have depth scoring in their 3 lines, whereas not a lot of college teams, they have their 2 good lines. They always have a couple good players, but their 3rd and 4th lines are kind of, hey, they have a good night. No, St. Cloud State has the depth offense. That's why they're the number 1 team in the nation. And their goaltender,
David Hrenek.
Hrenek, he's a Slovakian. He's a Slovakian netminder. He was actually, he played in the World Juniors, actually.
Oh.
He played for Slovakia.
Wait a second. That's allowed?
What?
Oh, wait, no, it is.
Well, yeah, it's World Juniors. Yeah, it's World Juniors.
It is juniors, and therefore he doesn't.
College, yeah.
He doesn't lose his
No.
amateur ship.
Right. And he was one of the best goaltenders in the league. He had a 2.12 goals against average, and I believe it's 14-5-2, but I think he played 23 games this year.
Right.
And 3 shutouts, and he was pretty good. And
pretty good goalie.
That's why they're the number 1 team.
All right, and then the next one we have, who won the ECAC regular season title, is Cornell, with 25 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. They lost to Princeton in the semis, and their stat leaders.
I want to mention this about Cornell. I'm going to say this about Cornell.
Okay.
It's funny. Out of all the number 1 seeds, only the next team we're going to talk about has actually won their conference championship. Now, I'm going to say this about Cornell. They're a really good team. I granted, they've been in the top 5 most of the year. However, when you lose in the semis to a 5th seed in Princeton was the 5 seed in the ECAC tournament, by the way. Mm-hmm. They lost to them in the semis. Therefore, you should go back. You should not be... Actually, let me pull up the actual... because the stats were just updated today. Cornell is actually 4th. My apologies. They are 4th now. So, but it's what I'm saying is they should at least. I think they should have dropped down to a 2 seed with the semis loss, with a semifinal loss like that. That's my thought process.
Right. So their stat leaders are Anthony Angelo, who's a junior with 13 goals, 13 assists for a grand total of 26 points. I love how things work out like that.
Exactly.
Trevor Yates, who is a senior, he's got 12 goals and 13 assists for 25 points. And Mitch Vanderlaan, I'm going to say Vanderlaan.
Yeah.
Vanderlaan. He's a junior. He's got 7 goals, 13 assists for a grand total of 20 points. There's a bit of a drop off there.
A little bit, yeah. They don't have the depth scoring. Then again, in the ECAC, there isn't a whole lot of scoring because, as we've learned, there's the Big Four. There's it used to be the CCHA, but now it's just the Big Ten. Big Ten, NCHC, WCHA, Hockey East. Those are the Big Four. So the ECAC and Atlantic Hockey, they don't get a lot of exposure, except unless you're there, unless you're in the North.
I mean, does exposure matter to goals though?
Well, it just the talent level. Like
that's fair.
I've
More people want to go to the higher schools.
The guys that make the ECAC teams in Atlantic Hockey are those Northeastern guys that played Tier 3 juniors, that played like in the Elite Junior Hockey League, in the Empire Junior Hockey League. Guys that weren't playing North American League, guys that weren't playing the US League, guys that weren't playing top tier hockey, growing up. So that's why you kind of see a little bit of a drop off. But that said, they're still D1 hockey players.
Right, and their goalie. Their netminder is Matthew Galata, who is also another freshman goalie. That's 2 in a row. Woo! He's got 21 wins, 4 losses, and the 2 ties, with a 1.48 goals against average and a 940 save percentage. He's got 10 shutouts.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Cornell, like I said, I know Cornell lost in the playoffs, so that shouldn't mean anything because we're going to talk about another team that lost in the playoffs in the semis that was omitted.
Right.
Another team we'll talk about. But that shows how good they are. They have the timely scoring and the goaltending is fantastic. So that'll be something to look out for them. And obviously, if they can, and like I said, you only need to win 4 games.
Right.
You would need to win your regional semi, your regional semis, and final. You need to win 4 games.
You have to win what the NCAA refers to. It's not like your regional semis. It's the first round, quarterfinal, semis, and final.
Yeah. So I guess, but
which I don't like how they just call it the first round.
Well, like what are you talking about? Like basketball? Like how basketball is the exact same thing.
Yeah, but I don't like basketball.
That's true.
Next, we have
who does? Because nothing's going.
Fans.
Nothing exciting's going on right now.
Basketball fans.
Oh yeah, true.
People that
paid a lot of money to get their bracket screwed by who I thought was University of British Columbia until someone said there was an M in there. I thought I said UBC and I'm like, the British Columbia? No. But anyways.
Now, just like you were talking about, the only number 1 seed that has won the conference championship we have next is Notre Dame. They won the Big Ten Conference Championship. They have the regular season title with a grand total of 25 wins, 9 losses, and 2 ties.
In their first year of the Big Ten, might I add. Because remember, they were in Hockey East, and they said, well, let's go to the Big Ten, even though, as we've learned with lacrosse and hockey, it doesn't matter if you're really in the Big Ten or not. Like, hey, we just need more people.
If you're going to lacrosse,
let's remember how Johns Hopkins is in the Big Ten.
Johns Hopkins, the Big Ten wants to solidify itself as just
big.
We're good.
No, just big. That's why you see the logo. It's big.
It's good. They have quality games there.
Right.
When it comes to like football or something, that's a different story because if you're not in the South, you're not good.
But the SEC. Anyways, back to the hockey.
So
there's Alabama, Huntsville down there, I guess, but not Alabama. Anyways, so go ahead. Sorry. Continue.
Their stat leaders are Jake Evans, who's a senior. He's got 11 goals and 29 assists with 40 points.
Montreal draft pick.
Yep.
Montreal draft.
Good boy.
He's
talking about Montreal.
Nope.
They just lost to Toronto 4-0.
I think these people. Yeah. These people that are college hockey fans are like, why are they talking about Montreal? Who cares?
Because hockey.
Well, no, because
it's big ball.
They see the Canadian flag behind us, but they're like, we're here for the college. Hey, Red Berenson was drafted by Montreal.
Yeah, shut up.
That's my time trying to say.
Wait, he actually did?
No, he got drafted by Montreal, and then was it Sammy Pollock? No, it was Dick Irvin. Sammy Pollock said if you went to college, you'll never play in the NHL. And guess what? He played in the NHL. I think he played a little bit for Montreal, played for St. Louis, played for Detroit. I don't remember if he played Toronto or not.
Science! So the next stat leader is Andrew Ogilvy.
It's Ogilvy. It's not Ogilvy. It's Ogilvy.
It's not Ogilvy.
It's not Ogilvy.
I'm going to say Ogilvy because I love that name.
That guy's probably
Andrew
watching. He's
Ogilvy.
probably watching this right now thinking, my name's Ogilvy.
If he's watching this, I'm sorry, but I like Ogilvy. So Andrew Ogilvy is a junior. He's a junior that has 12 goals, 20 assists for a grand total of 32 points. And their last stat leader that we have on here, the top three, is Jordan Gross, who is a senior. Ew, get it? Gross. Ah. He's got 8 goals, 17 assists for a grand total of 25 points. Ty?
No, yes. Sorry. They have depth scoring. I was trying to quickly look up the Hobey Baker Award winner or Hobey Baker candidates for this year because I know there's a couple here on this list.
Hobey Baker, is that a weird kind of bread?
No, Alex. All right, hey, we gotta get this done, man. This ain't the podcast. We can't just draw this out. So sorry, but Notre Dame, they have dominated the Big Ten. I remember they clinched they clinched the regular season title a week before the season ended.
Right.
Like, they were fantastic, and they won. They beat Ohio State in overtime. It was a dramatic win.
Cale Morris with the OT winner. Notre Dame wins.
Cale Morris is the goaltender. No, yeah, Cale Morris. No, what? Where'd you read that? What are you reading?
Morris's overtime.
Morrison's, not Cale Morris. Even I knew it wasn't Cale Morris. Cale Morris, a Hobey Baker finalist. I knew that before I looked this up. Cale Morris, he's the goaltender. I can talk about him while you're trying to figure out who.
Cam Morrison. There we go. Cam Morrison, that one.
Why does that name sound familiar? I'm thinking of Cam Orchard. Good buddy of mine from Western. He worked out.
I know Cam.
We all know Cams. I have a camera. Anyways, that's what we're on right now. We're on a camera. Cale Morris, Hobey Baker finalist. He's got a 1.92 goals against average, 24-7-1. He has been phenomenal for the Irish this year. He may be the first, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, I don't think any goaltenders won since Ryan Miller.
How did you describe him?
Fantastic goaltender.
Yep. Phenomenal.
Yeah, at least you can admit it now that you're an absolute failure. Anyways. Cale Morris, he may be the first goaltender win Hobey Baker Award since Ryan Miller.
Okay.
And I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
Next.
Ohio State.
We're not even through the first seeds yet.
They finished second in the regular season with 24 wins, 9 losses, and 5 ties. They lost in the conference final due to Notre Dame. Their stat leaders are...
No. It's not Notre Dame. They just lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. No, Notre Dame is the guy that predicted the end of the world.
No, that was Nostradamus. Notre Dame. No S in the Notre.
But I know what's going on here.
Okay, we're just gonna
just
go that way for a second. There we go. So their stat leaders are Tanner Lazinski. He's a sophomore that has 15 goals, 20 assists for a grand total of 43 points. Then they have Mason Jobs, who's a junior with 19 goals and 22 assists for a grand total of 41 points. Matthew Weiss, who's a senior, he's got 12 goals and 25 assists for 37 points. And their goaltender, Tyler Sean Romeo Jr. with
he is a junior, not Sean Romeo Jr. He is a junior.
That's what I said.
You said Sean Romeo Jr. like that was his name, Sean Romeo Jr.
Did I not put enough space between Romeo and Junior?
You should have said the junior. Anyways, junior goaltender Sean Romeo. I don't know if he's drafted by anyone, but he's a guy that I think he was undrafted because I remember
he shouldn't be drafted. He's for the Pew guys.
You're cutting that out. Sean Romeo, the junior, you're cutting that out. I don't care what you do. You're cutting that out.
Beep. Let's regain composure.
We're cutting that.
We're gonna cut that. All right. So I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna get like this. I think I was like this.
I don't care.
And then you're gonna.
Sean Romeo is a fantastic goaltender. He's an undrafted, but I think he's got a future in professional hockey if he keeps it going. He's got a 2.09 goals against, 9.25 save percentage, only one shutout. But then again, with the stacked Big Ten conference the way it is, no one's gonna really get many shutouts in the league.
So then we're going to the number 2 seeds. We have Denver, who is the conference champion of the NCHC with 22 wins, 9 losses, and 8 ties. Wow,
they're trying to become the first team to go back-to-back national champions. You want to know the last team to do it, Alex?
Denver.
Yep, 2004-2005. Adam Burkle was the goaltender of that team.
Finished second in the regular season. Their stat leaders are Henrik Borgstrom. He's a sophomore.
He's a Finnish sophomore. He's from Finland.
I mean, you can tell that he really finishes the puck in the net.
With 50 points, exactly.
Yeah, 22 goals, 20 assists. The next one right behind him is Troy Terry, who's the junior, with 13 goals, 31 assists for a grand total of 44 points. And Dylan Gambrell, who is also a junior with 13 goals and 29 assists for a grand total of 42 points. That goaltender between the pipes, Tanner
I think it's either Aye or Jaye. You know what? That's the worst part about college hockey. You can't ever watch any games so you don't know how to pronounce weird names.
I'm gonna say Jaye.
Imagine if that was the same way with the NHL. We got Pekka Riney. John Slope. Anyways.
But he is the senior. He's got 20 goals under his belt, 20 wins under his belt, 8 losses and 7 ties. He's got a 1.85 goals against average with a 929 save percentage, 5 shutouts tie. Tell me all about him.
He's a really good goaltender, Alex.
All right, good enough to know. Minnesota State won
We gotta speed this
their
up
regular season with 29 wins and 9 losses with 1 tie. They lost to Michigan Tech in the semifinals.
Michigan Tech bringing around Mel Pearson's former team.
Rally Doily. CJ Seuss is their leading stat boy.
You know, he's going for a PhD.
Good.
He'd be Dr. Seuss.
I got the joke.
Yeah, you got the joke? Okay.
Even though he spells Seuss wrong.
You know what? Maybe he changed it because he didn't want to be called Dr. Seuss as a kid. Anyways, Zeb Knutson, the guy I've actually talked about before. 42 points for that young feller. He's a senior.
He's one behind Seuss, though.
I'm trying not to make any more Dr. Seuss jokes.
Not so Dr. Seuss.
Yes. Okay. And Mike, you just dropped that on the mic.
Nope.
Speaking of Mike Ellis, he follows right behind with 18 goals, 21 assists, 32 points. Conor Lecouve is their goaltender, and he's been one of their best goals. He's arguably one of the top goaltenders in the country. 1.76 goals against average. He is by far one of the best goaltenders in the WCHA. Next, you got gotta get to
Providence. Hockey
the
East.
Friars
Finished third in regular season.
Yeah,
Lost to Boston.
Hold up. This is a team that there's a couple other teams that are like this that didn't make the top 2 in the division, but with their success in the playoffs, got them in. Probably gave them a good chance to get in to the final or into the tournament. Excuse me. Are you stoned?
You said hold up.
I didn't say pause. I said hold up.
So they have 23 wins, 11 losses, and 4 ties. Their stat leaders are Eric Foley, who is a junior. He's got 16 goals, 19 assists for a grand total of 35 points. Brian Pino, who is a senior with 12 goals, 19 assists, 31 points. And Josh Wilkins, who is a sophomore with 15 goals, 15 assists, and 30 points. You know I love when that happens.
I can do maths!
And the goaltender between the pipes with 23 goals.
Hayden Catch the Hockey. He's got a great name for it. He's got the perfect name.
You mean Catch the Hockey Puck?
No, Catch the Hockey, like Catch the Hawk, Hudson Hawk, the movie. The Bruce Willis movie, Hudson Hawk. You remember the movie, the one day?
I get the movie, okay. But what are you...
Catch the Hawk. His name is Hockey, and it's actually better because his name's Hayden Hockey. What do you like? What do you do?
He's got 23 wins, 11 losses, 3 ties. He's got 2.1 goals against average and 917 save percentage with 3 shutouts.
Do you think his middle name is Does? Hayden Does Hockey.
We're gonna go the blue,
the maize and blue,
Michigan.
Now, okay, before I say, I don't know if I heard this right, but he's either the first or second coach, or he's only one of a very select few coaches, Mel Pearson, to take 2 different colleges to the tournament. He took Michigan Tech, and now he's taking Michigan. I think Ron Mason did it back when he was with Lake State.
Ron Mason, Jingleheimer. It's the wrong name, but it's still same jingle.
What? Yep. Tyler Kuhl, Jingleheimer Schmidt. What? Are you
no, that's too many syllables.
Oh, Tyler. John Jacob. Oh, like
yeah,
Mason,
John Jacob, Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Okay.
But the Wolverines of Michigan, of the University of Michigan, they have 20 wins, 14 losses, and 3 ties. They finished 3rd in the regular season, lost to Ohio State in the semifinals. Their stat leaders are Cooper Marody, Whatever.
It's Marody.
Marody, he's a junior. He's got 14 goals, 32 assists for 46 grand total points. 32 assists. That's generous.
32 assists? Oh, well, no. It's probably, it could be a lot of secondaries. But Michigan's one of those teams that
They pass.
we're going to get into this when we go to the brackets and go to the predictions. But not the deepest offense. Not
the deepest offense, but I will say that
they have done
good fundamentals.
They have done enough. That's the thing. That's you'll see some of these teams. They've done enough to get themselves in.
And you know what? Sometimes that's all you need.
Like as you see with their goaltending
need.
is the strongest. Hayden Levine has been he's played the majority of the games for him. He's 16 and 10. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest stats in the world. He's been their number one guy. Like I said, Michigan is a team that got in because, like I said, they did well in the playoffs, and the national ranks kind of saw them, and they had a good run there toward the second half of the regular season.
Right.
So they were hot, and that's how rankings works.
But hey,
rankings works.
They got in, and that's what happens. So the coach of Michigan doesn't have to worry about losing his job.
Mel's not going to lose his job.
For now.
I like Mel.
For now.
He's a nice guy.
For now.
I had a beer with him once.
For now. Hayden Levine. Did we talk about him?
Yeah,
Sophomore?
I remember I mentioned him. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
wow.
So now to the number 3. Number 3, my lord. Pick number 3, my lord.
You put up 2 fingers.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Number 3. You've chosen.
Okay.
Princess Fiona.
Anyways. Northeastern, the number 8 Northeastern, the number 3 seed. They finished second in the regular season. They lost Providence in the semis. And this is where I say the reputation of the Hockey East kind of gets it. They were really good, but they didn't finish strong. Now, however, they have 2 of the best players in the nation, Adam Gaudette and Dylan Sekera.
That's just rude.
Sekera's got to be one. I'm just making sure here before I say anything.
Well, I'm going to read off the stats because I love this.
Sekera is a Home-Baker nominee as well. Okay. Sekera and Gaudette are don't worry about the stat lines. We got this. Sekera,
I want to say the one.
There is talks of there's actually teams that are chomping at the bit to get Sekera, because if they get knocked out, imagine they get knocked out in the first round. You can sign him, and he can be a team in the playoffs.
But guess what though?
What?
Adam Gaudette, the junior, has 30 goals, 30 assists,
You really
for a
want
grand
the stats,
total of
don't
60 points.
Oh,
I
wait.
love when that happens.
Dr. Seuss is a Home-Baker award.
Not so,
Home-Baker
Dr.
nominee.
Seuss. Dylan Sekura is the senior. He's got 21 goals, 32 assists for a grand total of 53 points. And then Nolan Stevens, the unsung hero, he's a senior. He's got 24 goals, 17 assists for a grand total of 41 points. And between the pipes, Caden Primo. Relation to Primo?
I don't think so.
Primo?
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
He's
19 wins, 7 losses, 5 ties, 1.88 goals against average with a 932 save percentage. He's got 4 shutouts out of 19 wins. That's not too bad.
Not bad at all. Minnesota Duluth. They finished third in the regular season and lost to Denver in the semis. A team that actually there's a lot of controversy because they got in because they beat North Dakota in the third place game.
Right.
Because NCHA does that. They do a third place game. And there was a lot of people saying, well, they shouldn't do that because that gets it with the voters, gets in with the selection committee. So people think that's how they got in. But didn't they
face Denver last year in the final?
They did. But that doesn't mean anything. If you haven't learned, what you do last year doesn't necessarily correlate to this year. Remember Alex Bemidji State was good? Remember that?
Who?
Bemidji State.
Am I missing something?
Yes, you are.
Fans?
Anyways, so their big guys are Scott Pernovich, Peter Krieger, Riley Tuff's also been there as well. Not too great of high scoring. I mean, they only have 35 points for Pernovich. Hunter Shepard's actually been a pretty solid goaltender despite having almost 2 goals against average. What are you smiling about?
His name's Hunter Shepard. Did it because he's a hunter and a shepherd.
Well, he hunts for those shutouts, and he keeps his team in check with the wins. There you go.
8 shutouts to be a total.
There you go.
Clarkson.
Oh, by the way, quick shout out, little applause to Clarkson Women's for winning the women's national title. Clarkson Women's team won. They beat Colgate the other day.
If you want me to care about women's hockey, let them hit each other. Anyways, Clarkson. They finished third in the regular season. They lost to Princeton in the conference championship. In the ECAC, they have a grand total of 23 wins, 10 losses, 6 ties. Their stat leaders are Sheldon Rempal, Nico Sturm, and Devin Brousseau.
and Jake Keeley, the goaltender, he's actually a Hobie Baker. Something I realized, because I've never actually looked at a Hobie Baker nominee list before. I thought it was just like the Heisman, which was like 5 or 6 guys. No, there's like a guy from every team that's nominated. Look at this; it just keeps going and going and going. So, but Jake Riley, he's been solid for Clarkson. He's pretty much the reason why
Keeley.
they got. Might I say Riley?
Yeah.
I'll think of Jake Riley. There's a guy I just saw it named Jake Riley.
Morgan Riley.
Morgan Riley. Jake, is that Kylie or Keeley?
Kylie.
Kylie? We're going to go with Kylie. That's a good idea. He has been one of their better goaltenders, and he's probably the reason why they got there in the first place. Mm-hmm. So on our other third seed.
We're not going to talk about it yet. We'll just go over this.
You're right. We're going to go in a minute.
Penn State, they finished 4th in the regular season, lost in the semis to Notre Dame. They're hosting a regional.
Yeah,
Their stat leaders are Andrew Sturtz with 40 points, Brandon Biro with 31 points, and Nate Sousis with 29 points. And between the pipes, they have Peyton Jones, the sophomore. He's got 17 wins, 12 losses, and 4 ties with a 2.98 goals against average. Not too bad, but not too good either.
Nope.
906 save percentage and only 1 shutout.
And Penn State, like I said, they finished 4th in a division of 6 teams. So,
right.
I mean, like I said, then again, Big Ten has a reputation. So
We're not
maybe
going to talk about it yet.
Well,
don't do it.
They are hosting because they're hosting the.
Yes,
they
are
own
hosting.
Barn. They are in their own barn. So that was like I think the one exception why they got their own. Why they were put there instead of like, hey, we're just gonna put different teams in whatever.
Boston University,
number 4 seeds, by the way. Did you say? Did you
yes,
say that? You did say that? Okay.
Number 4 seeds.
Number 4.
Not number 3. Number 3. No,
number
4. They won their conference, Hockey East, with 21 wins, 13 losses, and 4 ties.
They were definitely an underdog. They were
4th in the regular season standings.
Right, but of course, with Hockey East, there is a bit of a drop off. For your BC, your BU, your Northeastern, you have your Vermonts, you have your Maines, you have your.
I mean, you want to know why I think they got in and then they won that championship?
Because they won.
No, because tied for the most points on the team, Bobo Carpenter. That's a beauty name. You're going places, kid. You're gonna go play for Minnesota. Calling it.
He's gonna get the flow. He's
Bobo
with the flow.
Bobo with the flow Carpenter.
Coming down.
Makes his own carpets. Anyways, so
he's the first time you ever thought of that joke when you thought of Carpenter. Bad day to be a Carpenter.
So Jordan Greenway is also tied with him with 33 points, and Shane Bowers, the freshman, he is 2 behind them both with 31 points. And between the pipes, they have Jake Odinger.
It's Ettinger.
Ettinger?
Ettinger or Ettinger, but the O is silent. I know. Oh, hey, those Irish out Northeasterners or whatever, they got to put an O on everything.
Michigan Tech's pretty good. They're ranked number 18.
Just with the new ones. They were unranked until they won a championship.
And they were like, 18.
Like, we'll just give it to you.
They won the WCHA with 22 wins, 16 losses, and 5 ties. Finished 5th in regular season.
They beat... Oh my gosh, who'd they beat?
I don't care.
No, they beat Minnesota State, right.
Aha. Jake Lucinski.
I think it's
Lucchini.
Lucchini?
I don't know. All these names are weird. Jake Mark
Ark.
Mark
Alex, we were in Grand Rapids. There was a guy named Martin Firk.
But that's different. It's Firk.
Exactly. I guess Firk doesn't have any vowels, but Ark has 2.
And then Gavin Gould. So in the
You sure it's not good? Oh, whatever.
Gould.
Gavin is Gavin.
There's the air there.
Gavin is Gould.
There's the air there.
He's either good or gold. Good, whatever. Good for him.
And then they have Patrick Munson between the pipes. Princeton won the ECAC. They have 19 wins over total. They finished 7th in the regular season. They have 7-game win streak.
They are hotter than that light bulb right there on our fancy dancy lighting set. Oh shit! Sorry. I swore. Oh well. Doesn't mean you can do it. That was an accident. We're keeping the flip off, I guess. We're just gonna leave everything in here. So yay.
All right. Max Verono is leading the team with 55 points. Is pretty darn good. Well, majority being assists, though.
Right. Well, like I said, he's a feeder. And leading the team in goals is Ryan Kuffner. It's got to be Kuffner. Kuffner, the junior.
Right.
29 goals.
Jackson Cressy. He's got 25 assists by himself. 38 total points. And Ryan Furland, the freshman, 18 wins, 10 losses, 4 ties, 2.88 goals against average, and
it's
914 save
It's so funny with some of these goaltenders. There's the really good ones, the Holdmaker finalists, like the Cale Morris, and then you have the drop off of some of the goaltenders. And I think it's literally just some teams find a way, like Princeton, they have a lot of high scores. They find a way to win themselves games by scoring, where some teams, like Notre Dame, like Northeastern, they have goaltenders that win them games. So I don't know.
Well, but then again, it matters on your schedule,
and obviously he's been playing well lately. I mean, they've won 7 games. I mean, you can't. I mean, release
the team overall as a big box cannot be open.
They're doing it right now. They're doing it right, and so carrying that in, that'll be huge coming into playoffs with all the momentum.
Yeah, and the last team that we haven't gone over yet
only unranked team, by the way, the only unranked team.
They won their conference championship, the Atlantic Hockey Conference. That is Air Force. 21 wins, 14 losses, 5 ties.
Atlantic Hockey. That doesn't make sense to me because Air Force is in Colorado.
Well, yes, that's where it's based.
Right. That's what I'm saying. How are they in Atlantic? But then again, Alaska Fairbanks was in the CCHA. So, okay, I digress. That's what I just thought of. I was like, but
they finished tied for third in the regular season. Their stat leaders are Eric Baskin, Evan Geisler, Tyler Ledford with 26, 21, 21. Those are the point totals for you.
Like I said, this is another team that just got it done in the playoffs.
Right.
That literally, they were, and their goaltender's pretty good. Billy Christopoulos.
I'm Billy.
I almost said that wrong. Billy, no!
Christopoulos.
He's been their backbone. Christopoulos has. He's been the reason why they've had any success in the playoffs, and they played a really good Canisius team. And Atlantic Hockey, and like the ECAC, like we said, don't get the same recognition. I don't think Atlantic Hockey.
Well, it's not the fact that they don't get the recognition; it's the fact that they don't get.
They don't have
they don't have the national exposure.
Like Mercyhurst won the division. They're not ranked.
Right.
And I don't think there's anyone else. I think like Air Force is I guess they're saying because I'm looking at other receiving votes. Air Force has the most, so they're the number 21 in the nation. Air Force They don't get the same recognition. Like I remember RIT was in the Frozen Four a few years ago, and everyone's like, "Who the heck is RIT?" I'm like, "Well, it's a very smart school."
Doesn't matter.
But so
now we're going to be going over the brackets.
Omissions. A couple omissions of the tournament. So remember how I always talked about briefly how Minnesota Duluth won a consolation game. And one of the teams that's not in it is Boston College. A team that lost to Boston University in the semis in triple overtime, who won Hockey East, who won the regular season title, who is currently ranked 17th now. But teams like Penn State, who didn't even have a winning conference record, not even a 500 record, 18-14-5. Boston College is 20-14-3. North Dakota, who was in that consolation game, by the way, was 17-13-10 when they're ranked above Boston College.
Yep.
So some reason, I don't know why, but Boston College is not in this tournament.
Phenomenal.
I don't get it. So I'm looking at the top 16 right now. So up until, let's see, the 13th. So Boston University is 13th. Up until then, that's all those 1 to 13 are all in the tournament.
Yep.
North Dakota, Minnesota is not.
Yep.
Princeton's ranked 16th now since they won.
Yep.
Boston College is 17th.
Yep.
I don't get how you lose in the semis because there's other teams that won their conference regular season title, like Minnesota State, and teams that lost in the semis, like Northeastern. No, I'm lost now. But you know what I'm saying though. They lost in the regular season, or they won the regular season title, but they lost in the playoffs in the semis. Not like they got knocked out in the first round. They lost in the semis. So how are they not in? You have no idea. You're just happy to be here.
All I'm gonna say is Ty. That's my pen.
That's not a pen. It's a.
Yes, it is. It's a pen. You use it on your screen.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you can't write.
Yeah. Where was I going with this? String of thought, mouths to words. Yes. Hockey isn't fair.
I'm just saying. I know it's like we're talking about that's how rankings work. It's how you've been doing recently. But you're telling me you lose in the semifinals of a conference tournament after you just won the regular season title. You don't get in the tournament.
Riddle me this, Ty.
But a team that finished 4th.
Riddle me this. Is Penn State going to win?
No, they're going to lose.
Okay.
They're going to lose.
So then let Denver crush them. Have your nice little revenge. Yay-hoo.
I just don't know. I don't like it, but then again, that's how the rankings work. That's the problem they've been having with football and the problem they still have with hockey. Teams that make it that should not be in it.
Let it go.
All right, so let's mention the locations too of the regionals here. We should do that.
It doesn't matter.
I like it. Well, no, because I like
to talk about
fine.
You can say I'll say the game, the day, and
we'll start out in the West Regional. The West Regional, which is going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
No, we're not. We're doing it my way.
My
show.
Oh, which way are we going? Sorry,
so,
I thought we were looking at the same.
If you're paying attention,
you're looking at the website.
I'm looking at the website. I
was looking at the printable version. I thought we were doing the printable version.
Well, you could do that, and you could go up.
Oh, we're going
so
up
if you're looking on the printable version that the NCAA has through Adobe Photo,
through the NCAA website.
Yeah. So if you're doing the printable version, you go from bottom up.
That's how.
But if you're
following us.
But if you're on the interactive,
the internet.
The interactive bracket that they have, you'll be starting from the top, the bottom right for you, and then go the way to the top.
Correct.
Left.
All right. So now, we'll start in the East Regional.
Correct.
Which is in Bridgeport, Connecticut, home of the Sound Tigers.
Go Tigers. Providence versus Clarkson, the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. That's going to be on March 23rd.
I like. Are we going to do Are we doing the schedule or are we doing both?
We'll do both.
Okay. So Providence playing Clarkson.
I say Providence wins.
I just think Providence is a better team. Clarkson's had a good year, but then again, like we said, they've been playing in the ECAC.
It doesn't matter.
Providence has been playing. I mean, like I said, hey, if Bemidji State can make it to the regional, they can beat Michigan, whatever. So can Clarkson, but I think I take Providence in this one.
Right. And the winner of that game will face the winner of the game that is going on between number 1 seed and number 4 seed, Notre Dame versus Michigan Tech. I'm very happy that a Michigan team is in there, but Notre Dame's going to win.
Notre Dame's going to win, and it's unfortunate because Well, because I you know what? Don't forget. I mean, that's why. Why do you think I want Lake State to do well? Because the teams up in the UP, there haven't been that many. They beat Northern to get to, which is weird how Northern's not even in the tournament. But I'm not going to get into that.
But here's the thing, though. Michigan Tech is a tech school.
But you know what I'm saying? The UP teams, they haven't had that national recognition they've had in the past. Like when we were wee lads, when my high school coach was back there. That was when Lake State
when the UP was they're good up there.
When Northern was winning titles, when Lake State was winning titles, when Tech was doing well. I mean, it's just they don't get the same recognition as
the Times of South Canada.
Right, exactly. And I want them to win, but Notre Dame is just coming in so strong right now with the offense.
Good.
They're so good right now.
Good.
So I got Notre Dame.
Especially when you beat.
Do we want to stay in the regional? So who wins the regional? You want to do that then? We'll do it that way.
Okay. Well then, So if between Providence and Notre Dame,
who would you pick? Oh, so you pick Providence too.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame still got Providence.
They're good.
I think they'll be heading to the Frozen Four.
They're just good. They're good. They're good.
Good.
It's good. So, and we go up to your top right of your screen, or the next one up if you're on the printable version.
Northeast, which is got the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts, home of the Ice Railers, the ECHL team. The new ECHL team.
Go Ice Railers. Michigan versus Northeastern. I'm picking Michigan because I think they have a good, solid squad with good fundamentals.
They've had a really good second half. Northeastern hasn't. Northeastern started off really well this year, and they kind of just been floating around there in the top 3 of the Hockey East. I think Michigan. Oh heck! For the first round, you know what? Michigan wins. I want them to get at least one win. Give Mel a win. Michigan wins.
Now, Cornell versus Boston University. What are your thoughts?
Boston University. They are just way too hot. Cornell had that loss in the semis. For instance, do you think that loss is kind of a chink in the armor to them? To Cornell?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, and that's kind of why I picked Providence over Clarkson. Cornell's they've had a really good year. But Boston has just come on, and they are Boston University. And there's leadership in that room they know how to win games. I think they can at least Cornell. And if Cornell wins, hey, good for them. Big Red need a big win. But Boston U wins, though. The Terriers take it.
So the Terriers versus the Wolverines. Who do you think's got the bigger teeth?
I remember had this complex a couple years back when North Dakota, it was 2 years ago when North Dakota played Michigan. And I'm like, North Dakota's going to win because North Dakota's a much better hockey team.
And then...
Well, they did. No, I wanted Michigan to win.
No, they did.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, they did. No.
Yes. You followed more college hockey than me. Yes, they did.
I wanted Michigan to win, but I feel like in a game like this, they're too teams that have had a really good second half. Both teams have had. This is so hard being a homer. Oh my gosh. Who would you pick, Alex? Who would you pick? I'll put you on the spot.
Okay, fine. You know what? I don't care if they're gonna lose. Michigan's gonna win.
Yeah,
I want Michigan to win. That's what I'll say.
I think here's the weird part. In the history of NCAA tournament, Michigan's never done well against Boston University.
No,
that's just the worst part. You know what? Michigan wins this one. They're taking it. Michigan over Boston University. Michigan, the Frozen Four. Yeah, I said it. All right.
Now we're on your bottom left of your screen, or the next up for your printable
west
version.
To the Midwest, which is at the PPL Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
The center of Tyler's omissions. Penn State faces Denver. Ty, I'm going to say that Denver just outright kills them.
Well, yes. Absolutely. I just, there's no way around it. Penn State shouldn't be there. If they pull off an upset, kudos, great, way to go. But they shouldn't be there. Oh, I didn't even mention the fact that I know we mentioned it because we went over the teams, but all four seeds are conference champions. Can we just admit the fact that that's kind of at least a little weird? How like none of them, not even Boston University, got a 3 seed. Like they're all four. Like the four. Like I just find that humorous. And Denver is a 2 seed, and Denver could have been a 1 seed because now you have Ohio State, which we'll talk about here in a second.
Right.
Being a 1 seed, even though they didn't win their conference. I don't know. Call me dumb, but yes, Denver over Penn State, handedly.
Ohio State versus Princeton. I'm taking Ohio State. I think
Princeton. You made it to the tournament, but you know what?
But I will say one thing about Princeton though. When they used to show a lot of the Princeton home games, they have a nice, cute little barn.
They have a nice barn.
It's quaint.
I don't know if I think I may have done them in honorable mentions in when I did a top barns in America, top barns in the NCAA article way back in September.
Because it's not huge, but it's a college barn.
Well, it's a nice old barn.
Yeah,
like why I talked about like
what happened to what Yost used to be before they were like
we should make it better, but you didn't.
Well, also the fact there's a lot of building like things that are not right. These isn't up to code. Because the state of Michigan had a code regulation that went up.
Oh, that's probably what happened. Makes sense. I mean, it's got a little more boxes. It's got a little more sweets. Nice.
Alex Keel bobblehead says yes.
Boing. Anyways, but
Minnesota Duluth.
I didn't get picked yet.
Oh, you didn't get picked. That's right. Oh, we forgot to do the entire thing.
Buckeyes. Yeah, Ohio State. They've been just really good, and they've got better goaltending. They're just better, and I want Princeton to win, but this is business.
Business is good. Denver versus Ohio State.
Hopefully Dad doesn't watch this because he's going to lose his mind.
Yeah, that's fine. Denver versus Ohio State.
Dad, you're like me now. Denver, they've been. You stop clicking with the pen. Denver, like I said, they've been playing well lately, and they can get it done. I just feel like Ohio State, they have the talent, but Denver, there's a lot of players that were in that room last year. They were on that team.
I don't think Denver makes the finals though.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Denver over Ohio State. Who do you got?
Okay. I already said Ohio State.
Oh, you said Ohio. You say Ohio State over Denver.
Denver. No,
Denver. Denver beating Ohio State. Okay, they make it to the Frozen Four. Let's see, like what?
Then the next game we have is
the West Regional,
MSU Mankato. That's Minnesota State University, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, versus Minnesota Duluth. I say Minnesota Duluth.
Why? Because they're on that hot streak after winning that third place game in the NCHC. I'm gonna keep writing this one out. Okay.
No.
Let me have it. I don't know. They lost.
I say Minnesota Duluth because
State they lost to Michigan Tech in the semis. Of course, a hot Michigan Tech team, but I can only have so many upsets. But I think it's a lot closer game the way it seems, and the people probably are viewing it right now. They probably see 29-9-1 Minnesota State. They're dominating. Minnesota Duluth barely above 500.
For your own credibility, who do you say?
I say Duluth. I say Duluth as well.
St. Cloud State over Air Force.
Oh, it's not going to be close.
I'm taking St. Cloud State. I'm sorry. Air Force. God bless you, son. Oh, sorry. Wrong. God bless you, son. But no.
It ain't going to happen. There's no way.
You're in Minnesota.
If they win. No, they're not in Minnesota.
Well, I mean the finals in Minnesota.
Oh, no. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're in South Dakota for this. It's
I'm
Sioux Falls,
saying
South
if
Dakota.
Air Force has a better shot of going to Minnesota for the final compared to St. Cloud State, there's going to be hell to wrestle.
I don't know why they didn't move that around. Why they didn't put like Duluth down where like I guess Penn State is, so then you'd have a chance of having 3 Minnesota, and then move I guess St. Cloud State to another one, because then you have a chance for 3 Minnesota teams.
Because ratings, and they know that St. Cloud State's probably going to kill Air Force, so they wanted a competitive game between Duluth and MSU.
Well, granted, but Minnesota State's not even going to be on. Okay, right.
Regardless.
Anyways, so St. Cloud State against Minnesota Duluth.
St. Cloud State.
St. Cloud State.
They're
just so deep. It's crazy.
Okay.
So now we get to the Frozen Four at the St. Paul, Minnesota's Xcel Energy Center, where at least they've held that at least 10 times, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Was that one of those Fair State? Was that?
Yes.
Yeah, the Taylor Nelson. Oh, the John.
Yes.
Excuse me. The Taylor Nelson mess up, or as people in the Northeast call it, the Johnny Gaudreau show. Hobie Baker.
But yes.
Johnny Gaudreau.
Okay, you know what? Johnny Hockey Who Schmook. Enough. I'm enough of this Johnny whatever BS.
Are you enough of it? Speaking of Calgary. I need to get a hat with a symbol.
So we picked Michigan to go to the Frozen Four.
And they'll be
That's
playing
what we did. And they'll be playing Notre Dame.
Remember how we're talking about business? This is personal. Michigan's gonna win. They're gonna go to the championship. If Notre Dame had not weren't gonna play them, guess what? I may have picked the other team, but guess what? This is personal. Michigan beats Notre Dame.
All right. So Michigan.
Dad, I need money. I love you.
Michigan beats Notre Dame in the Frozen Four in St. Paul, and then the other game that we have is St. Cloud State versus Denver.
Ooh, that's gonna be so much fun.
Now that.
Well, how would you not want? Here's what I don't understand. Remember, I always like how to say like there's not a whole lot of range for college hockey. How is this not a tournament that you are tuning into? I am not doing anything. Oh wait, I forgot. I got work next Friday night. I will record these games because I have. How do you not want to watch this? This is a massive. This is gonna be a fantastic tournament. It's gonna be.
Hockey isn't one of the major sports of the United States.
That's true, but I'm saying like how if you're a hockey fan in the States.
Well, if you're a hockey fan,
obviously you are glued.
Well, then also it comes down to do you have cable or not? Do you have
you don't
ESPN?
Need to. You need to know someone that has cable. Use their password so you can watch ESPN3 stuff on your computer, your tablet, your phone, or if you have a Roku device like we do over there. Yeah. What?
Psst.
What?
The semifinals and championship are on ESPN2, not ESPN3.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. If you have the ESPN app, you can watch.
Proverbial mic drop.
That's a pen.
Said proverbial.
Well, but no, it doesn't matter, Alex. If you have the ESPN app, you can watch anything ESPN.
Yes.
So that's why you can watch it on ESPN2, and then the championship, which is on ESPN2. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's right there.
It said ESPN yesterday. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a talk with ESPN. I'm gonna go.
No, you're not.
You want to make a trip up to Connecticut?
You're going to show up there. You're going to knock on the door and be like, hey, I got words for you. The security guard's going to open the door. You know what he's going to say? If I wanted
I won't even get into
any lip from you, I would jiggle my zipper. You want?
Yes, like you're saying he's seeing Goon. Right. He's working for ESPN. There's no way.
I mean, he's probably got spare time. I haven't seen a lot of people trying to attack them.
True.
So that means that we have...
No, wait.
We have to pick.
Who'd you pick? Here's the thing. Well, we've seen...
If I had to choose, right now I'd pick St. Cloud State, but I'm not sure that my pick would win.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, and here's the best part. Denver's already got St. Cloud State's number. And Denver knows what it takes.
Denver.
I got Denver.
But at the same time, though, St. Cloud State knows that Denver has their quote-unquote number, and Denver knows how to beat them. Maybe they want a little bit of
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe they just want to stick it to them.
They've played each other 100 times. I mean, they're in the same league. That's why I'm saying I think Denver still pulls it out. I still think they do. St. Cloud State, they have the talent. They just don't have... They don't. And it's weird with college hockey to say, like, there's experience there. Because, like I said, you have players rotating every 3 or 4 years, depending on how long they want to stay.
Right.
So it's hard to say it, but Denver has it.
Okay.
They have enough returners that say they know how to win. So I think Denver and St. Cloud over St. Cloud State.
Okay. So according to my bracket, St. Cloud State versus Michigan in the final. I'm picking St. Cloud State. Tyler, you have Denver versus Michigan in the final.
Oh.
You're going to pick Denver.
This one, yes, I'm picking Denver because it is business, and like now it's business. Like Michigan in the national championship, great. That's good for the program. They have not had.
They're going to get more money.
They have. Well, they got Harbaugh for that, dude. You've heard the story of Red Berenson, right? It's like, where do you get this fancy locker room and all these great anemones in the room or whatever? I'm like, well, that team down the road pays for it. But Denver over Michigan, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to have good information over here, and here you are.
I'm trying to get us views.
Are you trying to try out for the Birdcage or something, the musical?
No, I'm trying to get us some views here.
This ain't gonna get us views. This is gonna be like
watch.
They're probably going to turn off after you flip off the camera.
Give me my pen.
But, yes, Denver national championships back-to-back. First time in 13 years since it's happened, since the Denver Pioneers did it back in 04 and 05.
Great.
So, that is... Holy cow.
That's it.
Remember when I said we were trying to keep this under half an hour?
At
least it was not as long as our Olympic episodes, so that's a big one. Remember how we also said we were going to do these all short videos?
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
It's all your fault.
So...
Well, that's it from us here. Just so you guys know.
Well, just say it. You pick St. John's. St. Cloud. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the new ECHL team out in St. John's.
Time out. Oh, I love when I do that. So the tournament starts on March 23rd. That is when the first round games will go on. The quarters will go on March 24th and March 25th. Excuse me. First round games will also be on March 24th. The semifinal games will be on April 5th, and the championship game will be at 7:30 at ESPN2, April 7th. Timing.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get it all mixed up. St. Cloud State. You pick St. Cloud State. Yeah. I got Denver in the national championship.
So either way, I mean, St. Cloud State or Denver.
NCHC wins. Congratulations, National Collegiate Hockey Conference. They made up.
I want to thank the Academy. We have such great teams. All of you guys suck. Yay!
They just needed to make the WCHA smaller. That's all what happened was.
They need to make the Big Ten bigger.
Illinois, man. Illinois is trying to get in it.
The Fighting Illini.
The Illini?
Illini.
The Illini. Anyways.
No, Illini.
We got a podcast tomorrow.
We do have a podcast tomorrow.
What are we going to talk about? We don't know what we're going to talk about.
Hey.
Has there been any
Frederick Anderson guy and
has there been any goaltender interference this week that we've missed? There was a mechanics play from Saturday night, but it was pretty apparent, so I can't. No.
There was
we talked about it for like 3 straight weeks.
I think it was Nashville. I think it was the Nashville game. There was a goalie interference penalty. It was a goalie interference penalty, not goalie interference call. There wasn't even a goal on the play. It was just the guy got...
Anyways, probably should wrap this up. It's already long enough. We're at... Well, of course, then...
I have to do cutting and all that. What? Not sure. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell your mom, because we still need followers and we still need subscribers and we still need viewers, because you know what? We like to feel good in all of your views and just watching it again and again and again and again.
I feel good just doing this. I feel good without the viewers. I like doing this because guess what? I like to hear myself talk.
And I don't. I am Alex Keeler, your host. As for always, by me, the insider to the insiders, Tyler Keel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.